If you know about the privilege system, you would know that for that system to keep working and operating, it needs to infiltrate basically every system there is in society. One of those systems that it infiltrates and has a very good grasp on is the business industry, the online business industry. And the whole concept of business is built in a way that excludes marginalized people. They are built in order to make it challenging or difficult or hard or provide obstacles in the way of having marginalized people actively participating or engaging with business. And so if there are businesses operating off like a blueprint of what business looks like, that means that that business is inherently supporting the privilege system. And because it's become so normal and so natural to see business done and conducted in a certain type of way, often you can think, well, how could business be done any different than the way it is currently done? But I want to tell you, it can be done vastly, vastly different than the way it is done now. What we can start to do is looking at it through the lens of inclusion, through the lens of equity, through the lens of being socially conscious and responsible in our business ownership and how we run and operate our businesses. And so when we put these different lenses on it, we can then see, oh my goodness, I can now see that doing business in this particular way or using this particular business strategy or practice is actually a way of stopping marginalized people from accessing either this information or this service, or making it very difficult for them to receive what they need from those businesses. And then when you have this information, you can then go, okay, well, let's look at that particular community and ask, what are they calling for? What do they need from us as business owners? Or what do they need in particular from my industry? And how can I change and alter and adjust my business in order to fulfill the needs that that community is calling for? This can be a big process to go through. And in my membership, this is why I offer things like Q&A days. So we have a Q&A call once a month where whatever that business person who's in my membership is working on, we can talk about it through the lens of inclusion. We can talk about it through the lens of being equitable and making their business more accessible. We can look at it through that way. And with my knowledge about all the things I know about inclusion and different marginalized communities and all the things I have listened to from those marginalized communities, that guidance can come through, and then we can look at their business and go, okay, well, you've been doing it this way. Okay, we've acknowledged that this is how you've been doing it, and we've acknowledged that maybe we can do it a little bit better. And therefore, we can then come up with a new plan of a way to do it that is inclusive, that is equitable, that is showing and expressing the values of that actual business owner, the business owner who wants to contribute to positive social change, who can recognize that there is privilege and there is discrimination and there is oppression, and they don't want to be part of maintaining that oppressive system. They actually want to be doing things differently in their business to, one, make sure they're being equitable, two, make sure they're not contributing to further oppression or harm of marginalized people, and three, they are contributing to something that is going to make the world a better place. I love Q&A days, whether they're working on, funnels or lead magnets or a webinar or a speech or a landing page, a sales page, whatever it is, we can bring in the lens of inclusion into that thing and really make it something more reflective of who that person is, because that person really does care about other people. They really do care about marginalized people, and they really do care that we are living in a society that is harming others, and they don't want to participate in that. So I think Q&A days are amazing, and I love doing them.